Australian healthcare imaging specialist Imagion Bio has new evidence that its cancer detection technology could lead to less invasive diagnosis care for cancer patients. To discuss human trials of Imagion's MagSense, I'm joined by the company's CEO, Robert Prue. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the evidence is from human trials. Tell us more.
Yes, well, we were very excited to make this announcement because we've now been able to share for the first time actual human trial results for our imaging technology. This is one of those milestones that we and our shareholders have really been waiting for. In a nutshell, what we reported was that for the first cohort of patients in our study, we have very good evidence that our nanoparticle technology can be used with conventional MRI, something that's in every hospital, to non-invasively aid in detecting whether or not the primary tumor has spread to the lymph nodes, and ultimately then be able to perhaps reduce the number of biopsies that are needed.
So what do these findings really mean for the company now?
Well, we see this as a significant de-risking event because the basic proof of principle is now just not in animals, but we actually have in actual breast cancer patients. So we can now have the confidence to move forward with larger studies. We still have a lot of work to do, but it means we can move forward with what we need to do to be able to ultimately get regulatory approval and commercialization of this imaging technology.
Now, just stepping back a second, and you did touch on it, but what difference can your technology actually make when it comes to the patient experience?
We know today, for example, you can use ultrasound to try to identify whether there might be an abnormal lymph node. So you can look at the size and the shape. But technologies like ultrasound and even conventional MRI can't tell you whether there's really tumor cells in those lymph nodes. And so what we've done with our technology has gone a step further by adding that capability of saying, when I see an abnormal node by, say, size or shape, I can also use the molecular signature of the MagSense nanoparticle to determine if, in fact, it's abnormal because it's full of cancer cells. That's a big step forward.
Now, I understand that you have had some significant collaborations. Are you still working with big players such as Siemens?
Yes, in fact, Siemens has continued to collaborate with us on this study. As we continue to bring in more patients, we occasionally have to tweak the study protocol and the imaging methods that are used. So they've been very cooperative with us. You know, not only Siemens, but other imaging companies are going to be very interested because this is a first of its kind product. No one has ever taken molecular or magnetic particles and put a molecular targeting ligand on them. So we think that this is really going to start to change the way imaging companies think about how conventional non-invasive imaging modalities can be used.
Now, if all goes well, how soon could your technology be available to patients?
Well, we still have a lot of work to do, as I said earlier. We have, this is first proof of principle, a relatively small number of study subjects or patients. We'll have to do a much larger cohort of patients, probably in the order of a couple of hundred patients, typically in an oncology trial. So I think we probably still have a good couple of years left of getting through the regulatory process before it could be commercially available. But this really has taken a lot of risk out of us moving forward into those next kinds of studies.
So we're fast approaching the end of this year. What's ahead for Imagion in 2023?
I think we will try to wrap up that study as quickly as we can, the one that's ongoing in Australia that we've been reporting against, but then start to make steps to move forward for those larger studies in a multinational environment. We've done a great job getting the work done in Australia, but we need to now bring this to the United States and perhaps to Europe to really move towards the regulatory approvals that we're going to need.
Well, in the meantime, I wish you a very happy Christmas and a happy New Year. Thank you. Robert Prue from Imagion Bio. See you soon.
Thank you, Sonia.